Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show again. This week, Sunday, it is Real Deal Live with me, Real Deal Bill. Welcome to the show. And I've got a good friend of mine. Actually, this wasn't set up. This was only set up today. It was off the cuff. I messaged him. So thanks for coming on for short notice. It's my good friend and someone that I've worked with before, Harvey Foord. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. Thank you, mate. How are you?
All good, all good. Thanks for the short notice and coming on. I thought I'd try and get a guest on, and I was umming and ahhing. I've got to go away, so I was umming and ahhing, and I thought I'll drop you a message because I know your background and what you do and stuff, and
Yeah.
thought I'd get you on, and then dissect obviously I've not worked in your industry before, so I just want to show people how you would break something down, even if it was cold, or how I would do it, or show people, if they're watching, how to take the steps that I would do in any industry or business, and then implement them to attract customers. So before we go on, I'll stop and ask you, just let everybody know who you are, what you do, and some of your background, mate.
Yeah. So my name's Harvey Foord. I'm 25. I'm from Deal, Kent. Originally met Billy in the gym in Sandwich Leisure Centre. He trained me for a couple of years, which was good. I need to get back in the gym, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's how we met. But my background is sales. It's always been pretty much sales. Currently been doing car sales for just over 2 years now, I think. Over in Canterbury, so smashing that, which is good. So
Who is
yeah,
it you work for, Harv?
I work for Hyundai is who I work for.
Yeah,
So
no, it's right pronunciation. Hyundai, that's what I would call it. And would you
yeah,
say, so just for if anybody is watching, a lot of your would you say a lot of your sales stuff's been sort of in person, face to face with
yeah, I would
people?
say yeah. A lot of it is sort of in person, face to face. Some of it is over the phone as well. So it's just about sort of like converting those phone calls really, so into appointments and then getting them in the door really. So yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So just if there's any, obviously he's in car sales, he only works for Hyundai. If there's any car sales, just if people that aren't familiar with how your customer journey works, just explain. So you work for a company,
Yep.
Hyundai obviously are quite established. It's not like, not anything against these garages, but it's not like your normal half a daily garage where you've got bangers coming in and you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're doing the bellboy thing. You're working for an established company. So
Mhm.
just tell me how are your leads generated, or your customers, and then what's the process that you have to take to come?
So a lot of our customers come through online nowadays. So online websites, they view the cars online. The leads come in, phone the customer, say the customer comes into us, and then arrange a meet and greet, test drive on the vehicle, show them the key features and benefits on the vehicle, and then just sort of lead them through the sales funnel really, which is like the process that we do. And then basically take the customer through that funnel, making sure that we help them out, making sure that every need and want they have, they find out what their day to day life is like when they drive when they drive their car every day. Is it to and from the school, or is it to get to work? How important is it that you have a reliable vehicle? All that sort of stuff takes into account, and then myself and the customer and myself, we basically sort of liaise, find the best car for the customer, and then we help them out as much as we can, make sure they're all right with the vehicle, make sure that they're all good with the test drive, that they love the vehicle, it does everything that they want, and then basically do the car, sell the car, which is all good, and just make sure the service and the after sales is great as well. So yeah.
Excellent. So what I'm getting at is, so when a lead's generated, so someone would be searching for Hyundai or a
Yep.
car on Google, let's say, Hyundai
Mhm.
will pop up with your garage or main dealer in the local area.
Yep.
So if anybody's not familiar with how Google works, if like we live near each other, so we live near Canterbury. So if I typed in Hyundai near me, uh,
Yeah.
it should do, if the marketing department's on point. It should come up on the first or second page for someone, or the first page it should do.
Mhm.
Should come up. Someone had clicked that, and then they would enter their details for a callback or something like that. So the lead would be generated. So you basically, Hyundai, the main dealer as a company, have got people doing SEO, Google ads and all that stuff, generating the leads for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So again, I've never done car sales. I've sold cars online, but I've never been a
Yeah.
car sort of salesman direct. So are you allowed to, you're allowed to generate your own leads, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. We are allowed to. We are allowed to.
So for
So
instance, if you had 10 people that wanted to buy a Hyundai, they could come to
mhm.
your garage and you bring them over,
Yeah.
as long as it's within company guidelines, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. So so basically what I'm getting at is you can see where I'm going with this. So if I said to you, I could generate you 20 leads a month extra with a
Hmm.
system that I showed you, or I did this with you now and I showed you some ideas of what to do from just dissecting questions, that'd probably be
Yep.
beneficial to you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It would be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
go in your, I gather you're using a CRM, a customer management system at work. Is
Yeah.
that right? Or do you do your own like spreadsheets and stuff like that? How's it work for you?
We have a CRM system in place where all the customers' like data and everything goes into, so it's all like safe and everything basically, and along with the company guidelines, and then we just sort of funnel them through the CRM system really.
Yeah,
So at the first like point where we meet them, this like test drive, the sale, handover, after sales, servicing the car in a year, all that sort of stuff really.
perfect. So, but what I'm getting at is that's all generated by the company. So if you wanted to be top salesman, you
Yep.
need to be generating because the leads obviously get shared out, I should imagine, don't they? So when I was doing Windows,
Yeah.
I was generating my own leads as well as getting the company leads, and that's how I got to the top. That's how I was earning the most money basically in the
Yeah.
showroom. Yeah. So what I'm going to do for the people that are watching, so I'm going to go through how I would, if I was working with a customer and I never worked in their industry before, I'm going to show you what I would do to go
Yep.
and generate my own content. Obviously, as long as it's within your company guidelines, with my own Facebook to make me the go-to person or make Harvey the go-to person to buy a Hyundai from.
Mhm.
That's the goal. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah,
there's a way that we can do this. So basically, I'm going to do exactly what I would do if I was working with a brand new client. And anybody that's watching this, you can implement this stuff with any business. This works. So just going to ask Harvey a few questions. I am going to get a pen. 'Cause I'm probably going to have to write some stuff down because I'm 40 years young and I'm getting old. So can you still hear me all right, Harvey? Yeah?
yeah, all good, yeah.
Cool. So now, what's your know this? How long have you been at Hyundai?
Just over a year now.
Cool, right. So in a year, what would you say your average age of the customer is? As in, I know you've got lots of different ones, but there's going to be a certain person that you find that
Mm,
buys a certain cars from you, isn't there? There's going to be a
yeah,
certain, what's the type? So I'm going to ask him, basically, the technical term is I'm going to ask him what his avatar is. For people like me that don't like getting too technical, because unfortunately marketers try and buzz people up with buzzwords, I'm going to ask you, what's your customer that you like to sell to, or who comes to you the most to buy a Hyundai? What their age and stuff like that. So let's start. You just describe that type of person, and then I will
mm,
fire some questions at
okay. I mean, I've sold cars to people from them being about 17 years old, their like first car, all the way up to sort of about 70, mid 70s. But I'd probably say my main sort of customer database is probably about the sort of 40 to 55 sort of age, really. Maybe like 40,
you.
yeah, about
Perfect.
40.
So
Sorry,
42.
about 55, 60 probably.
Right, I'm going to put 40 to 60, all right, just to be
Yeah.
awkward for you. Right, so would you say more male dominated or female dominated, or would you say there's a bit of a split there?
Probably a bit of a split, I would say.
Perfect. Now, just for the record, so I'm going to do male and female, right? Now, something that I normally do is if when this happens, the way that women buy and the way that males buy is completely different. So I would go in already in my head. Now I've got those two bits of information, and we're only scratching the surface, by the way. I know that I'm going to have to split test 2 separate adverts for the 2 different genders. Yeah?
Okay. Yep.
That already. So what would your, when was the, what was the person that the last car you sold to? How old were they? You remember? Obviously,
They're
don't give
probably
me the
about
name.
55, I think, about 54, 55. So
Cool.
yeah,
Male or female?
it was a male.
Cool. Right. So we're getting somewhere now with his avatar. So one of the things that I would do straight away, so I would go, so I want to be, what I try and do with people, we try and give them what's called an omnipresence. Omnipresence just means every time someone switches the social media on, all they see is your face talking about whatever it is that you're doing business-wise, whether you're a builder, whether you're a car salesman. So what I would do is, that the main goal is people don't care who you are, they care about what you can do for them and what problems you can fix for them. And this is in any industry. So, for instance, where am I? Let me just get to my other screen. Hold on. See, this probably won't work now. Technical. Let's have a look. Bum, bum, ba, dum, bum. Got something wrong with my other screen, so I had to swap it. It was, it had some like funny noise happening on it. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know whether it's my microphone or whatever it is. Okay, right. So have you used Google Trends before?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
What have you used?
No, I haven't. Not Google Trends. No, actually, no, I haven't.
Cool, right. So first of all, we've got to get people aware of it before,
Okay.
you know, I am going to say this, I don't mean to offend any estate agents or car salesmen, but the customers don't trust us, all right?
Yeah.
They don't trust you. So they think, yeah, he's just a car salesman trying to do this, or windows. I used to get it when I was selling windows. So the biggest thing you've got to do is create authority, trust, and let them know who you are, basically. If you get those 3 things right, then people are going to warm to you. They need to see your personality. People buy from people at the end of the day. So what you want to do is you need to go and find some of these problems and answer these questions without actually trying to pick someone straight away. So Google Trends is a good one.
Okay.
So I went to Google Trends. If you haven't used it, sign up to it because it's good for seeing what search terms are going around and what people are actually looking for. So one of the things that I did was, hold on, let me just type this back in the chat. I'm going to put 10 worries that people see if this works. Oh, I need to spell main right. Sorry for this. Yeah, let's see if this works. Right, here we go. It's coming up now. Apologies for this. Right, so 10, I'm going to elaborate on this. So 10 worries that people have when buying a car from a main dealer, all right? So it's giving me some answers now. So here we go. High prices. One of the biggest worries people have, and this is from Google, so this is stuff that people are typing in. So the reason this is relevant to anybody that's listening is we can guess, but we have to go on data. Yeah, so data is more important than us guessing, because marketers always guess wrong, by the way, regardless of what they say, and they don't know everything. So here we go. So high prices. One of the biggest worries people have when buying a car from a main dealer is that they will be charged a high price for the vehicle. Okay. Another one, pressure to buy. Customers often worry that sales teams at a main dealer will pressure them to buy a car and won't give them enough time to think about their decisions. Hidden costs. Another concern people have is that there may be hidden costs associated with buying a car from a main dealer, such as extended warranties. or service plans that they didn't ask for. And then, I mean, there's loads here. I've got financing options. Customers may worry about financing options that are available to them when they buy from a main dealer and whether they will be able to afford monthly payments. I'm going to pick one of these in a minute. Some customers may worry that they won't be able to negotiate a good price with the main dealer and they will end up paying more than they should. After-sale service. Finally, some people may worry about the quality of after-sale service that they receive. Basically, there's 10 things here already. So you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
I've got 10 things here, right? So already I'll be like, right, there's 10 videos for me to do on my iPhone and speak about these issues. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is exactly what people are worrying about. So let me just pick one a minute. I'm going to do something on the fly here. So trade-in value. Another worry people have when buying a main dealer is that they won't get a fair trade for their existing vehicle. Right, so what I'm going to do now, problems people worry about. I'm going to ask for 10, hang on. Customers worry about. When buying second-hand car. Right, and this is important. You can find all this out on Google. You just have to do a little bit of research. Biggest thing with the marketing is the research on the back end. So let's have a little look at this. Right, so there's loads of things popping up here on Google now. So this is the 10 problems that people worry about when buying a second-hand car, right? So hidden mechanical issues. One of the biggest worries customers have when buying a second-hand car is that there may be hidden mechanical issues that they are not aware of, which can be expensive. Mileage. Customers are often concerned about the mileage on a used car, as high mileage can be an indicator of wear and tear on the engine. So basically, what I'm doing is, right, so I've got 10, I'll read one more, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to create a whole series of videos that will last for a month. Right? Car histories. Customers may be concerned about the history of a used car, including whether it has been in any accidents, whether it's been well maintained, and whether it is any outstanding recalls or safety issues. So we've got pros and cons, right, that I've just picked out. What I've done, I've copied and pasted them into a Google document for me, so I can take it off of Google, right? So now I'm going to type in 10 benefits. We're only scratching the surface here. Like, there's so much content here for you to be dropping. And I'll show you once. I'm going to do this last bit, and then I'm going to show you what I would do in my local area every single day. A tiny little 1 minute, 2 minute video it would be, because I can use it in. I can cut it up into reels. I can put it on stories and all that stuff. And I can put it in local groups, which is what I want to talk to you about, because I do it myself. I just recently launched, I did a video, it's not even gone out as an advert yet, for an event. I did it yesterday. Local event limited to a certain amount of people for small businesses, and I've already hit my maximum, which is 30 people. So I know it works, and you know what I'm like. I post every single day. I post, don't I, with videos and stuff like that. Not because because I've got an ego, but I know how powerful it is for people to keep seeing your content and me try and be I don't think I'm the authority in my area, but try and be the go-to guy. I mean, it's funny when I walk down the street, they go, oh, it's Real Deal Bill. Real Deal Bill, keeping it real on the wheels of steel. He'll always sell and he always will. There you go, you see. So we're going to do the next bit. So, but people remember it sticks. 10 benefits of buying a new car from a main dealer. Google's good for all this. Everything you need's on Google, man. Right, this is literally, we're just literally scratching the surface. So I'm going to get this, and then this is giving us some framework for some videos. Because video is very easy to do. If you've got video, I'm going to show you a little trick I'm going to give you something away. Anyone that's watching this that doesn't know this software that I'm just about to give away in a minute, it's going to be worth it just for that. It's gold. Cool, man. Right. So I've got some stuff here. So I'm just going to read off two because I don't want to bore everybody because they get the gist of it. So we've gone over what people are worried about buying a new car. Now we've gone over what people are worried about and buying a second-hand car. And now I've just researched the benefits of buying a new car. So you know what it's like. People want to know that you understand, right? This is a sales thing. And to understand them is to talk about with empathy the problems that they feel about buying from a main dealer a second-hand car. You sell new cars most of the time, I guess, or they're under warranty. They're not like what I call 6, 7, 8, 10-year-old cars you're selling at a main dealer, are they?
No, they're not.
So we're trying to get over the objections straight away that people think in their head. And the beauty of video is, once you do what I'm just about to do, this method, you can start talking on a video, and you've probably done this with me. As they're listening to your video, the objections are coming in their head. You're answering them. So you're knocking the barriers down.
Yeah.
So as you're talking about a new car, they're thinking, yeah, but then the main dealer, they're going to hidden charge. You're already talking about there's no hidden costs. Listen, I know what it's like when you go to a main dealer. There's always the hidden cost. You want the paint warranty and this warranty and then the sky that's blue warranty and all that stuff. But if you address that, like humour's a big one. So that people laugh. A lot of my videos have got a bit of humour in them. Real deal Bill, for example. Humour's a great one. If you can use humour in your videos, people connect with you with that. There's not enough people make people smile. So, that's why I do it. So some benefits, availability. Main dealers usually have a wide selection of new cars in stock, exact make and model what the customer wants. I'm just randomly picking these, by the way, for the people at the home. Reliability. New cars come with the latest technology, which means they are more reliable than used cars. Resale value. New cars typically have higher resale value. So now we've got a load of pros, cons, benefits, and features, yeah?
Yeah.
So I would now take all these, and I would take each one of these so you could take, I'll try and do it in real time. Obviously, I would write this out. This is right off the cuff, this. So anybody that's listening, if you think it sounds a little bit dodgy, don't worry. But I'm going to take high prices. So let's take one of the biggest worries people have when buying a car from a main dealer is they will be charged a high price for the vehicle, right? So let's just remember that. Charged a high price from a main dealer. Okay. Right, I'm going to try and rip this off, right, straight away. Right, I'm going to pretend I'm you.
Okay.
And we're going to pretend that you're posting daily in local groups. Hey, it's Harvey. Good morning, everybody, from Hyundai. The sun's shining, and I've just got into the showroom. One of the biggest things that I hear on a daily basis from my customers, and I had this story from yesterday, to be honest. A chap came and brought a car from me, and when I was talking to him, we sat down, and one of his biggest concerns was, and again, I totally understand and get it because you do get this sometimes at a main dealer, is he was worried about the high price or any hidden costs that might be incurred when buying a new vehicle from a main dealer. Now, sometimes you can get this. Obviously, we can add little add insurances on and things on. Obviously, I'm quite transparent with it when I'm doing this, and so the customer knows everything. But one of the biggest things with the new car and the higher price and maybe buying a second-hand car and not having any warranty on the car or any hidden prices that we do, not hidden so much, but prices that we do add on for different things and insurances and paint covers and mechanical issues and stuff like that, is one of the biggest worries people get with second-hand cars is the hidden mechanical issue. One of the biggest worries customers have is buying a second-hand car with no warranty. They don't know what the mileage could be because, it's not been through a main dealer, and the mechanical issues that could happen. You could drive it from Dave down the road and then the gearbox blows out. The mileage has gone up. So although there could be some hidden costs, which you won't get from me, everything would be laid out transparency. And I know this is a big worry for my customers that I deal with on a daily basis. There are some benefits from actually buying a new car. Now, I'm not going to go on too much because you probably want to get on with your day. It's Monday morning, and the last thing you want is me drowning on for 4 minutes. So I will be back tomorrow with another video and another concern from one of my customers that will probably help you and to buy your next new car. My name's Harvey Foord. I'm from Canterbury Hyundai. Any questions, please just drop us a message on our Facebook page, and I'll be happy to answer any concerns that you have. See you tomorrow.
Boom.
Right, so I mean, I would have scripted that a little bit better because I did rabble on a little bit. It was probably 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes, that video probably. But imagine ripping videos like that off every single day, then going into your local group, Canterbury. You know, they start to know who you are. Next time they want to buy a car, and you've dropped 30 videos in a month on stuff like that that are helping people with buy cars, right? You're going to become someone that's an authority. Now, the good thing is, every single video that you drop, if it's from your, let's just say, I know you can't do it from the Hyundai business page, but if you had your own, okay, that works at Hyundai, you could track every video and the video views with the pixel. Now, I'll give you a little, this is worth its gold. This is what I call guerrilla marketing. And what you can do, if you posted it on your Harvey Foord business page, car salesman, then shared it from your personal Facebook to a local group, the pixel tracks the views. So as soon as the person comes out of the private group on their own, they're going to see your adverts when you set your ads up. I bet you didn't know that, did you? That's how you get away with rules in groups. So you don't post any links as long as you can say, oh, so I'll give you an example, a real life example. What you can do is this. You do a video on your business page. You post it across into a local group in Canterbury, or I'll just be posting them in every group, to be honest. But I would make sure that I wrote a caption because there's rules and regulations in there. So some of them you can't put links in, some you can't reshare with links and reshare without any caption. So you just be, hi, my name's Harvey, I work at Hyundai. I hope this is okay. I just want to be dropping tips in here because I know the concerns with people with buying new cars. Passionate about it. If it is a problem, I am sorry. Just let me know. But I'm going to be posting regularly. I won't spam anybody with links, but I just want to put some stuff in here that I deal with every day that my customers worry about. Right? Now, you'll get away with that in groups. I do it in my local groups. I'm not going to tell everybody what it is in case they watch this because they're going to know what I'm up to. But what you're doing now, you're setting people up to be able to collect their details. Right? Because so let's say, for instance, you've dropped 10 videos explaining this stuff. Now you can go and create an ebook very, very fast, or some sort of downloadable PDF. I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. You've done a load of good content for people. Let's say it's winter coming up, right? We'll make out it's winter. It's easier for me to do this without actually sitting down and planning it. 10 things to check in your car with winter coming up. Right? Make a quick PDF of that. Get all that stuff. Make it. You've got all these people in your audience, in your custom audience. Now you've got a downloadable PDF. Just collect their email. You don't need their name and their number. You'll get much better. You'll get a much better download opt-in rate for this. And then you run an advert with you talking because they know it's you. How you doing? The school. I'll give you an example. School holidays are over. We've got the winter on the way. It's September. Those nights are going to be drawing in, and we all know what happens to our cars. We need the old horrible winter check. 10 things to do. I'm going to give you two major things to do to check your car that you can do yourself at home, just to make sure you're on track before you go and get your winter service. And for the rest of them, I've done a PDF where you can download an in-depth guide of what to check yourself to make sure you're on track before your car goes into your service. Why
sounds
wouldn't
good.
you want to download that, right? So then you're building a customer list, Or you could actually get more in depth and write something on, get some information from the company. I'll have a speak to you, but I don't know what your regulations are, but this is what I would do. Go and make a more in-depth ebook on Hyundai's, but write it yourself. Don't use the company one because company, like ask if you can use some of the information,
Mhm.
and then do some stuff about the pros and the cons of the cars that you sell, and then give them a full report on it, and then get them they can download that, and you're collecting leads that way. But what
Okay.
you'll find is, because you're giving everybody plenty of content on stuff on cars,
Yeah.
you're gonna really you're gonna be able to collect leads. Now, let me ask you a question. What's a couple of the biggest things objections and stuff that you have to deal with when you're selling cars at work?
The biggest probably one is like the aftercare costs, so like servicing. If it's a used vehicle, like MOTs, that's probably one of the biggest ones. People are always worried about how much, when they pay for the car, how much is it then going to cost them over X amount of years, for example. So that's one that obviously we deal with quite a lot. And the second
How
one,
do you get over that? Give me an example for like the people that are listening.
so Hyundai are pretty good with their service plans and stuff like that. To be honest, without trying to actually like sell it, they're
No.
quite good.
But this is. I'm interested because I'm going to use what you're going to say. So
Okay, so Hyundai do a lot of great service packages basically for new cars and also for used cars as well. So that takes a lot of the stress and worry off of customers. When they first think that it's going to cost them thousands of pounds to service a car over the next 5 years, for example, when in reality it's only going to cost maybe less than £1,000 for 3 to 5 years worth of servicing. So
I've got it in my head already. I've got to drop it like it's hot. Ready? I've got to drop it like it's hot. Yeah, the noise. Did the noise work?
Yeah.
So listen. So basically, this is going to be a concern across the board, I would have thought, with new cars.
Yeah.
So bang, there's a video. It's like, how you doing? It's Harvey. Morning. You're probably just drinking your coffee. Just give me 2 minutes of your time. I promise you, if you're looking for new cars, or you're out there searching for cars, or you have been, one of the biggest things that I know that you are worrying about is, when you buy a new vehicle or a used vehicle from a main dealer, is the service plan and how much it is actually going to cost. Believe it or not, at Hyundai, we have saved our customers A, B, C on this option. Blah 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 blah. Obviously, I don't know I don't know your stats. So you got to go and find something I should have asked him at the beginning. All right, but I would have done it. If I was sat down with Harvey, I would have asked him that and got the figures and then rewrote what I just said. I was just letting it go as an example. So a massive thing's going to be the aftercare packages and how much you need to get a percentage on how much you've saved customers, and you need to use that because and you could sort of say, look, if you are looking for a new vehicle or a trade-in, we've saved our customers this amount on their trade-ins, and we've also saved them this amount on the biggest thing that I find that our customers worry about, which I'm gathering you worry about yourself if you're listening to this, is the aftercare plan and package, and how much it's actually going to cost to service your vehicle if it's not covered in the warranty. Drop me a message direct, or come and see me if you're local to me, and I'll answer any questions. I promise you'll be more than surprised with some of the money and the savings that we can offer with some of our plans. We've got special offer on at the minute as well, which is for people that visit the showroom. Ding, that's how we get them to walk through the door, that we can offer. If you're interested in that, like this video, drop me a message, and I will be happy to help you out. We ain't even got into creating major ads or anything yet. We're just on brand awareness. That video, by the way, you can take. I'm going to mention this software in a minute. You can take that video. I normally get, like I will do with this podcast when it goes out. I can get video views for 100th of a penny. I can get 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 views on a video for 5, 10, 15, 20 quid. Imagine getting that going out. Change the headline. We'll get ourselves some attention grabbing headlines. So attention grabbing headlines. Let me just write one out. I have to do this writing. Hold on a minute. Let me do this. Let's see how this runs. That's not going to work, or is it? Will that work? No, so I would do it this way. So 9 out of 10 times, I'm just making this up, right? 9 out of 10 people worry about their service plan and their service package costs when they buy from a main dealer. If this is you, I can assure you, you'll be pleasantly surprised. We've saved up to 60% on people when they came in to visit us at the showroom on their service plans, and you'll be pleasantly surprised that you can more than afford it.
Yeah.
My name's Harvey Foord. I'm from Hyundai in Canterbury on the Broad Oak Industrial Estate. Is it Broad Oak?
Yeah, well, Westminster Road, but yeah, part of it.
Westminster Road. That's it. Yeah, just give yourself, tell them where you are. For anyone that wants a new Hyundai.
Unit 3, Westminster Road. So in
Harvey
Canterbury.
Foord. Have you got an Instagram, or you give them? No, don't give them your phone number online. Message. Put a comment in the comments below if you see it, and you can give him a message, and he'll hook you up if you're in the local area.
Definitely.
But can you see where I'm going with that? But also with these videos, this is worth the whole watching the 36 minutes of the podcast. So you can take a video, go to a bit of software, a website called rev.com, upload the video, and it'll transcript the video.
Oh, okay.
Within seconds.
Cool. That's a good bit of software.
So you can turn a video into a blog, you can turn a video into a post, you can turn a video into an Instagram post. So one bit of content you could smash out across everywhere. You can put it on the website, it's a blog. You know, that is pretty cool, that software. It's called rev.com, if anyone's listening. That's worth its weight in gold. So we're just on, we're just getting to we're just on the awareness stuff, because if you take, there's so many ways you can repackage this stuff with the pros and the cons, and just searching on Google Trends. All we've spoken about today is Google Trends. All we've spoken about is the worries and the needs of people that buying new cars and old cars, because that's the industry that you're in. Let's, do you ever get any problems with people worried about the brand Hyundai? They're pretty good, to be fair. Japanese, aren't they?
Yes, so like South Korea is where a lot of our cars are made, and Turkey as well. Quite a few people say that a lot of the older generation tend to buy Hyundais. However, quite recently, their performance cars have really come out over the last couple of years. So there's a lot of the younger generation now buying the Hyundais as well. So yeah, basically.
So I've just typed. So here you go. So this is gold for you. So I literally typed in Google, what do people worry about buying a Hyundai? Right? So it's given me a load of stuff. I've got a few things. I'm just sifting through it now. So reliability. While Hyundai has come a long way in recent years, some people may still be concerned about the long-term durability of the vehicle. So what's your warranty terms?
5 years.
There you go. That's more than a lot of cars, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's a video straight. There's a video straight away.
Full manufacturer's warranty covers you for 5 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first. So a video you could do is 9 out of 10 of the customers that come to see me, one of their first concerns is the reliability of a Hyundai. Yeah. And
one of the things that we're so confident with, our warranty gold stamp, if you like, is that we give you 5 years or 100,000 miles. Now that's more, I'm sure that's 2 years, but you wouldn't say it, I'm sure, you know. But I'm sure that's 2 years more than a normal manufacturer, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of manufacturers are 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a Ford Transit Custom, fixed or repaired daily. Worst van I've ever bought, by the way. Just letting Ford know that. But yeah, can you see where we're going? Like, you've just got loads of content. Then what you do is You use mine again. This is another video. If you don't know what I'm just about to talk about quickly, the Venus flytrap. There's videos on the channel about the Venus flytrap. What I'm doing with Harvey right now is the 10 to 20 videos on the front end section of my Venus flytrap method. It's used by a lot of people. Obviously, I didn't invent it, by the way. I'm not claiming that I invented that. I didn't. It's just been packaged this way. And then we're tracking all the views on it because we're warming the audience up. Now, there's a video, last week's live, I just did that, about getting a cold audience that's man in the snow to someone that's aware to then someone that's warm and that's got a need. So we're talking to the people that are covered in snow. Informer. Yeah, we've got the people that are covered in snow and we're warming them up. We're making them aware of Harvey and what he does. Okay. Some people are going to pull the trigger straight away. Some people you're going to hit, they need a car. Some people are not interested. Some people are thinking about it. I call it the cooker mentality or farming people. Some are simmering, some are boiling hot, some are ready to eat. Some are just getting out the freezer. These terminologies, again, I use a bit of humor with it, but that's what we're doing. And then we're setting them up, if you like, in our little fly trap. Jaws are wide open at the minute. And we've got them on the next section where now we're going to try and get some downloadable content to them, addressing some of the videos that we're tracking with the Pixel to get their name, their number, their email. So then you can start speaking to them via email, SMS, whatever company guidelines you've got. Obviously, you've got to stick to those. But then again, you can just add them straight into, you can speak to your manager, I guess, and stick them straight in CRM, and they're your leads, aren't they?
Yeah.
Have you thought to do any of this before, this sort of thing?
No, not really. I mean, when I'm out and about in the local area, if I see people like who've got like a 67, 68 plate Hyundai, then I'll just sort of mention that I work for them and how they're getting on with the car. If there's that opportunity to approach them, and just sort of have a bit of a chat with them. But no, I've never thought about doing this before, to be fair.
Yes, this is what I mean. It's about being proactive. I give you this is gold as well, by the way. This is another thing that I'm going to give you. So if you do this, or even if you just want to follow people up, you can't embed video in your email. Right?
No.
So you can't. But I can.
Yeah.
So right, I'll show you how to do it. Anyone that's listening, I'm just going to make sure I get this software. Yeah, here we go. Charge your sales. So it's called hippovideo.io. Now, what this allows you to do, sales video. So I'll give you an example. I used to do this when I was selling windows. I'd go and see the client. I couldn't close them on the day. I'd follow them up. The office used to take the mickey out of me because I used to buy cards and stamps, write them a thank you card, post it, right? Yeah. There's a reason why I could close 50 grand deals on the day, right? I'd send them the card to say thank you, but before they got the card, I would do a video and embed it into the email. So when they open the email, it's done with a video instead of reading it. Hi, it's Billy. Thanks for taking the time to see me today. And then I would have looked at my visit notes and then relayed some stuff back to them that I knew that they were concerned about. And then they got my card. And then when they got followed up, Dawn in the office, she'd say, oh, the lady, they'd all take the mickey out of me. She would, yeah, but the lady, he's got back in the house. She'd be, oh, I've got his card on my mantelpiece. I generally meant it. Like it's not manipulative. I was just, so I stood out. Every time they looked at that card, they knew that it was me that come for their windows.
100%.
It's the little things that count. It's the little things that count.
That's golden.
Yeah, it just does. It doesn't cost a lot. You know, we won't disclose what your commission is on vehicles, but I know what mine was on windows. It was a lot. If you've seen white gold, I wasn't like that fella on there. All right? I wasn't. I was good. I was all right. I wasn't that bad. So, look, we've been on for 45 minutes. Hopefully, look, we just scratched the surface here with getting people aware, and I wanted to get a live person on, really. So, it's just been beneficial to you. I know I dropped it on you last minute, but I wanted to do this because I want to do it with real life people.
Hmm. Yeah, it's definitely been beneficial to me, which is good. It's
So anyone in, go on. Sorry, mate, I interrupted you.
sorry, that's fine. It's definitely opened up a new way of thinking of like how to generate leads and capture leads. Because even though I work for like Hyundai, I'm still basically self-employed, if that makes sense. Because obviously I
Yeah,
rely on my
100%.
commission.
Same when I was doing windows, man.
Yeah,
They'd be like, "How are you getting so many leads?" The company would give me 3 and I'd have 3. So I was doing 6 a day, 7
yeah,
days a week.
that's good.
I wasn't top. There was actually, my brother was a much better salesperson than what I was. He actually taught me, and there was another geezer called Steve that was an assassin. He could sell a door for £5,000. I mean, taking about £500 off a door sale. He'd only been there half hour. He was mustard, mate.
Christ.
My brother was very, very good, to be fair.
Hmm.
So I'm glad that you've taken something from this, guys. I should have said this at the beginning, but if you've not subscribed to Real Deal Live, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, like, follow, or subscribe, because every Sunday we're doing Real Deal Live with me, Real Deal Bill, and a special guest, or I will give you some tips and tricks and break something down that I found that's happened in the week. So, Harvey, where can anybody find you? Just give yourself a shout out, mate, and thanks for coming on.
Unit 3, Westminster Road, Hyundai in Canterbury, just off the Broad Oak Road. So,
You got an Instagram or anything like that?
I've got a Facebook page, but if you visit Marshall Hyundai Canterbury, you'll be able to call the number on there and then just ask to speak with myself, and I'll make sure I'll give you a great service.
Brilliant. And you'll soon see videos of him in your local group coming near you. Okay, right. Thanks everyone for listening. I hope you've taken something from that. It's 47 minutes. We've got it done. Happy days. Harvey, thanks a lot, mate. I will be in contact with you probably to come along to one of our events.
Lovely.
And again, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. That's all from Real Deal Bill. Keep it real.
Lovely. Thanks,
See you
Phil,
later.
for having me. Cheers.
Cheers, man. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.